As many of you know, Monolith Soft is behind the amazing and incredible Xenoblade Chronicles series, but they were originally a part of Squaresoft and created games like Xenogears and the Xenosaga Trilogy. And now there's been some recent information confirming that Monolith Soft, Nintendo, and Bandai Namco have worked out some kind of a deal giving the Xenosaga IP to Monolith Soft and Nintendo. How do we know this, and what could this mean for the Xenosaga Trilogy? Stay tuned to find out. If you enjoy JRPG content like top 10 videos, reviews, news, and guides, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications to all so you don't miss the next video. You can also hype the video to help others find it, and if you want to help out the channel financially, feel free to join the channel and become a Dragon Warrior today. Now let's get into it. Alright, so TwistedVoxel.com just posted an article stating that Nintendo and Monolith Soft appear to have acquired the Xenosaga IP from Bandai Namco. This is huge news for fans of the Xenosaga Trilogy, and also huge news for Xenoblade fans who maybe weren't the biggest Xenosaga fans. We know how good Monolith Soft is at remaking their games. Take, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles, the Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch, which was absolutely amazing. And then of course we had Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was a pretty rough game originally and was fixed up quite a bit for its remake on the Switch as well. But this new information could lead the way to similar high quality remakes of the Xenosaga trilogy. Xenosaga was released back on the PS2, and it was after the Monolith team left Square Enix and worked under Bandai Namco. This trilogy has a fairly large fan base. The first game did very well in sales. The second game is known for being not that great, so the third game did not sell very well, despite being a very good game in its own right. But if we have Monolith Soft and Nintendo backing it, there is new hope for this trilogy to find new fans and please the old fans from back in the PS2 era. So let's get into how we figure Nintendo and Monolith Soft have acquired the Xenosaga IP from Bandai Namco. There was a trailer released recently for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, and it revealed that Momo, a character from the Xenosaga series, will be added to the game as a cameo blade. Fans noticed that the announcement had no Bandai Namco Entertainment licensing watermark, suggesting that Nintendo and Monolith Soft may have acquired the rights to the Xenosaga IP. Now, this on its own isn't the strongest evidence for this. We did have Cosmos as a blade in the original Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but there's more. Bandai Namco Entertainment also appears to have removed Xenosaga from its Japanese licenses webpage between October and November of last year. Furthermore, Reset Era member and content creator Brazil pointed out that other Monolith Soft related IPs owned by the publisher, like Baten Kaitos, is no longer present on the website as well. This is huge. This could also mean we will get Baten Kaitos remakes for the Switch by Monolith Soft themselves. That would be absolutely amazing, or a continuation of that franchise. Now, further evidence comes from the Nintendo Japanese store page for Xenoblade Chronicles Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which cites and shows Momo, but lists only Nintendo and Monolith Soft as copyright holders. However, it's worth noting that Bandai Namco Entertainment is still listed as the developer and copyright holder of the recently released Xenosaga Pied Piper on Steam. It's possible that the deal between Nintendo and Bandai Namco Entertainment was only finalized after the release of the spin-off. For those that don't know, Xenosaga the Pied Piper is a spin-off based on the Xenosaga series, which follows Ziggy, a key character from the main series, during his earlier life as a human named Jan Sauer. The narrative is set roughly 100 years before the events of Xenosaga Episode 1 and centers on his work in a federal counterterrorism unit as he tracks down a serial killer known as Voyager. So what do you guys think? Are we going to get a Xenosaga Trilogy remake? I think that's just money waiting on the table for Monolith Soft and Nintendo, especially if they purchase the rights to the Xenosaga IP from Bandai Namco. I don't see why they wouldn't remake the Xenosaga Trilogy. This is a series that has flown under a ton of people's radars. There's a lot of work that could be done, especially to the second entry in that series, to bring it up to date, make it a better game, improve it, and make people look forward to and then check out the third entry. The third entry is incredibly rare. It's hard to find, very expensive because of all of this. So it would be nice to get remakes of the Xenosaga trilogy. What do you guys think? Would you want to see a Xenosaga trilogy remake done by Monolith Soft? Would you like to see remakes of the Baten Baten Kaitos series? Would you like to see a follow-up to the Baten Kaitos series? And most importantly, would you like to see Monolith Soft get the rights from Square Enix to Xenogears so we can finally get a proper remake of Xenogears? Xenogears is a game that I do not like, but it is a game with a crap load of potential that if remade, they can fix all the issues I have with the game and turn it into an absolute freaking masterpiece. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this information, your thoughts on whether you think they're going to be doing some remakes, if you would be excited to play these remakes, and if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe, turn notifications to all so you don't miss the next one. You can also hype the video to help others find it, and if you want to help with the channel financially, be sure to join the channel and become a Dragon Warrior today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.